You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 127. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
And I'm Jeff Barnhart, a mysterious agent of a variety of foreign powers.
Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can find this show, plus many others, like the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Feed It Comics, and Superhero Speak at rhymeswithgeek.com. And if you enjoy our show, please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher.
Okay, we got a good one today.
Oh boy, do we. We got a couple of issues of Supervillain Team-Up. The first of which being Supervillain Team-Up number 12. And the story is called Death Duel. Written by Bill Mantlo, penciled by Bob Hall, and inked by Warlin Don Ferlin. I loved all those like alliterative credits that Marvel would give. It's loads of fun.
They should do that in movies.
Definitely. So what's going on in this story? The Dr. Doom and the Red Skull are at war,
right,
with each other.
Yay!
Yay!
So who is this goober?
The Shroud.
Yeah.
The Shroud is helping out Dr. Doom, but he's a minor character. So.
Yeah, but he's flying with Dr. Doom to attack the Red Skull. The Red Skull has this Doom ship. That's what Doom drives.
Yeah.
There's this hypno ray device that's going to make everybody on Earth listen or obey the Red Skull. Okay. So I think it was invented by Doom, and Red Skull stole it, so Doom wants it back.
Right. So Dr. Doom and the Shroud talk to Captain America on a vid screen, and Captain America and Namor are together.
Yeah.
Are they on like the SHIELD helicarrier? Something like that? Or space something or other?
Some space thing. And Crown Prince Rudolpho.
Oh, right. He Doom was not the natural descendant and ruler of Latveria. He took it by force, and Rodolfo is the crown prince. He was the son of the deposed monarch that Doom overthrew. So what about him though?
Oh, he's lying there injured.
Oh, okay.
And that's about all of the people on that ship.
Okay.
So they send out Shroud to get the hypno ray. God almighty. All right.
I really thought you would enjoy this.
Oh, no, the hypno ray is a stupid name, but it's really cool because we have two great villains villainating against each other.
Villainating. I know, but I mean, really, for Marvel Comics, I mean, they're the two greatest villains. And Dr. Doom is wonderful, and I love the Red Skull. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, he's probably the ugliest villain.
And totally
ugly in a good way.
Yeah, well, and he's totally evil and unscrupulous and ruthless. He's very one-dimensional in that, but he's the best possible villain to be that way. And most people couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, he treats his minions awfully.
Yeah, well, Doom kind of does too.
Yeah, true too. Yeah, but Doom does kind of look after his people, but.
Well, here's the thing. He looks after his people, the Latverians. But since he's a king, he can be kind of jerk-faced to them because he's their ruler. The Red Skull is he's just like a terrible boss.
Yeah, times 1,000. So
what's going on? The Red Skull is lounging in his spaceship or whatever.
And he has one of his minions putting on his boots.
Right.
And the minion is really unhappy.
Right.
And then one of his minions says, "But Hair Skull, if you should lose." And that makes Red Skull mad.
Of course.
That's
the thing that makes Doom and Skull mad, insinuating that they could fail.
Yeah, and that's the problem with being famous, and the problem with the actors and rap stars and rock stars have is they surround themselves by yes men. You will tell them, "No, you sure that's a good idea?" And a lot of grief could have been stopped by this, but
sure.
But everyone wants to be liked by the by the guys.
So anyway, the Red Skull tells the guy like how he's going to beat Doom and how dare you suggest that, and then he opens up his cigarette holder and kills the guy with the dust of death, and it makes the guy's skull, face kind of resemble the Red Skull, which is cool.
All right, so here comes the Doom ship to the moon. That's where Red Skull is, and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The skull's on the moon base, right?
Yeah, and so he sends out a bunch of rockets, and let's see, to attack them. Anti-rocket ship rockets, I guess.
Okay.
And it blows it up, and so Doom has to jump out. The Shroud was sent to the Hypno Ray, and so he's got to fix that while Doom is fixing Red Skull.
Right, Doom is going to confront the Red Skull himself. Red Skull gets into his spacesuit, which has a swastika on the chest, of course. Just in case you forgot. Oh, right, he's a Nazi.
Yeah. He's got a kind of a cool vehicle. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like this, almost like a space rocket sled.
It's a big old gun, huh?
Yeah.
So, and Doom is ticked off because that's his car. So he's blasting Doom away and actually knocks him down. So he's go back to Shroud with the Hypno Ray. Shroud uses a magnetic batarang or boomerang. No, it's a magno ring. Okay, yeah. And so he's trying to stop the ray from going off. It's going to go off in just a little bit.
Okay. So back to the showdown with Dr. Doom and the Red Skull.
So,
it's just so rad.
Yeah. So they're bloviating against each other. It's really great. It's great. So you rally your strength, Doctor. Good. I want you on your feet when I slay you. Man, this is full of this. This is super cool.
I mean, think about the two biggest supervillainous egos in Marvel Comics, and here they are head to head against each other. It's great. It makes for great comics.
Yeah. So Doom gets it on his ionic blade and destroys Skull's ride. So then Skull goes into this minefield, and he blows, and you see cracks in his face, his
space helmet.
Space helmet, yeah. Thank you. Oh, okay.
So Doom is laughing victoriously because he's got the Red Skull on the ropes.
Mm-hmm. So there's more fighting and more fighting.
The Red Skull gets a sword out, which is cool.
It's an ionic blade too.
Oh, right. Well, I love how Doom can just be in his armor and his cape on the moon because it's also like a spacesuit.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So they're fighting. That's a good fight. Oh my, we have Twinkie alert.
This is one I've seen a million times. It's Captain America.
The Sorcerer's Apprentices.
Yes. And he fights these monsters or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Alright, so it's a big fight. Skull's got Doom down, then Doom deflects the ionic blade, and it brings down a bunch of rocks.
Moon rocks.
Yeah. The Skull is kind of... The rocks sometimes he can't move. His blade is a little bit further. It's too far for him to grab. Doom just kicks it. Really, you mad one? I think not. The duel is done, Skull, and the victory Doom's. So here comes Red Skull's guys come out. And he said, well, they outnumber you. They'll get them. Then Doom just says, hey, join me.
And I won't kill you.
Well, I just kicked your Red Skull's butt. So they join him.
And he just leaves the Red Skull to die on the moon.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, I mean, they're both bad guys, but compared to the Red Skull, Dr. Doom seems like a superhero.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is an interesting dynamic. He is taking back what was rightfully his and stuff.
Yeah, so Red Skull is left to die. Of course, he doesn't probably.
No, he doesn't. And so let's skip forward to, it's a few issues later in this series. Just a couple, actually. And it's called, this is Supervillain Team Up number 14. And it's called A World for the Winning, written by Bill Mantlo, penciled by Bob Hall, and inked by Don Perlin and Duffy Voland. And this is Doctor Doom against Magneto, and this is great.
Yeah, it is. Magneto is really powerful now. He's in Latveria during a Latverian celebration, and he's trying to get through the crowd. No one goes through the crowd, and he's not having fun like everybody else is. And Doctor Doom has required everyone to have fun and rejoice.
Yeah. So the whole point is Magneto has come to Latveria because he wants to barge in on Doctor Doom and say, hey, why don't we forge a supervillainous alliance?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but then the joke is on Magneto when he confronts Doom. And it's because Doom has already conquered the world.
Nobody knows it.
Yeah. And so this is with the egos. It's like Doom wants a challenge because he's bored, because he's already conquered the world.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, Magneto, you will be immune to the effects of this thing, and we will duel. And so Magneto sets out. He says, okay. And there's so much bravado between these two guys, too. I love it.
Yeah.
This is Magneto at his best when he was a villain still.
Right. He's playing chess with the greatest chess set. I would love to have this. They're all, I guess Magneto is king, and I'm not sure. I guess that is Queen is his girlfriend. Doesn't he have a girlfriend, right?
No.
Oh, I thought he did.
Nope. Dr. Doom, he never has a woman.
But it's kind of cool. You see the Thing, you see Spider-Man, and
basically Avengers and X-Men Fantastic Four members as chess pieces. But I like that.
Cool.
And he's bored because he's conquered the world already. But
all right, so a little backstory. They made Magneto into a little boy.
The Stranger made Magneto into a little boy, and then he was restored to adulthood by Eric the Red.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
which is kind of
weird.
Crazy. And he becomes adult in the middle of, I guess, the X-Men.
Well, yeah,
the new X-Men.
Yeah, the then new X-Men, which is probably my favorite version of the X-Men.
Oh,
that 70s version of them.
Yeah, Valeria. That's his old girlfriend.
Valeria is not his girlfriend; it's his mother.
It's his mother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who he wants to rescue from the Netherworld.
Okay.
That's one of his other goal: conquer the world and rescue his mother from the Netherworld.
Okay. And so much stuff, backstories and all that. I had no idea about this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But okay. She looks young. So.
Well, she died young.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they fight. So let's have a
duel.
Duel, and
the stakes of the world. Well, no, not. They're going to play a game. Right. The game is for the world. So Magneto is one person who could present a challenge to Doom, and so he allows him to be free of his influence of conquering the world. So Magneto sets out to find some allies. Mm-hmm. So he barges in on the Avengers, and of course they're like, it's Magneto, let's beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
so they fight, and
Magneto kind of kicks their butt.
Yeah, and we've got the Vision, the Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, the Beast, Wonder Man, Captain America, Thor, Yellow Jacket, and the Wasp. So that's a pretty strong lineup of the Avengers.
I cannot pronounce Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir.
Thank you. It does, and Magneto controls that, which is I am surprised.
Well, it's made of metal.
Yeah, but it's magical.
I don't know.
Yeah. Ooh, House Afro Island and Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, Marvel Comics did an adaptation of that.
I'm sure it sucked.
Well, probably. Have you seen that version? That version of it with Burt Lancaster?
No, I haven't. I didn't see the one. Which one had? I guess a later one had Marlon Brando in it.
I've seen that version.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I haven't read the book either. So
really, it's one of H.G. Wells' best. And of course, but my favorite version of the movie was Island of Lost Souls from, I think it was the 30s.
Is that Charles Lawton?
Charles Lawton was Dr. Moreau.
Oh, the mighty Charles Lawton.
He was great. So, anyway, Magneto gets the Avengers to actually listen after a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells him that, Doom has conquered the world and nobody knows about it.
Right. So, so...
I think the only one that really believes him is the Beast.
Yeah, who knew Magneto before the change. He changed into the furry creature.
Right, and Magneto actually didn't recognize him as, the member of the X-Men that he had fought so many times.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And then...
Would you recognize,
no.
like if you didn't know? So...
although if you knew the Avengers and one guy disappeared and another guy appeared and says, what is the connection?
Well, here's the thing. Before he got the blue fur was when he was with the X-Men, and then he left and he was alone and had some solo adventures and became the blue furred guy and then joined the Avengers. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Doom can listen in on all this stuff at the Avengers headquarters, which is amazing.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but one, you would think the Avengers headquarters has a lot of security, and so Doom's...
But he's not your Joe Blow spy. He's Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
He could find a way to infiltrate and have, a bug in the Avengers mansion.
Yeah.
So, that's not an unbelievable thing for me.
So, okay, so the Thing, the Beast and Magneto go out and try to get more people. Right.
And they immediately come into contact with the Champions, which was a short-lived super team that consisted of the Angel and Ghost Rider and Iceman, the Black Widow and Hercules, and I'm not sure who this other gal is, to be honest.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at any rate, this story is to continued and wrapped up in the series The Champions, because that was the last issue of Supervillain Team Up. It's canceled.
Okay.
But then they revived it a couple years later for a few more issues, another story arc. And when they revived it, it centered more around the Red Skull and Arnim Zola and the Hate Monger.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Nazis all. So yeah. So that's a pretty fun issue. I like that. I want to read that rest of that story arc. But the next issue we've got to talk about, though, is Tales of Suspense, number 76. And the lead story is it's an Iron Man story. It's called Here Lies Hidden, the Unspeakable Ultimo. Written by Stan Lee, penciled by Gene Colan, and inked by Jack Abel.
Okay.
Now, this is some really quality Gene Colan art. I appreciate it a lot.
It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
We got... So Happy Hogan has been accidentally turned into a destructive, unthinking monster.
Mm-hmm.
And...
That's Ultimo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iron Man had lured him to the innovation intensifier.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a power feedback, and it's almost costing Iron Man his life.
Wow.
So, and that's how it begins.
This is intense and dramatic.
So, yeah, indeed. And it turns Happy Hogan back. Yay, it works.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's see. Tony is worn out, so he puts his suit up, and he gets into Tony Stark outfit from the Iron Man outfit.
Yeah.
And he wakes up happy, and everybody seems happy. So there's a
flashback of when Iron Man fought the Titanium Man in Washington, D.C.
You read that one, right?
We did. Wasn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm. So Titanium Man won? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right. So here
and
comes...
that's Senator Byrd. Is it Byrd?
It can't be Byrd, because there is a Senator Byrd, and he was...
I could have swore.
Oh, it is Senator Byrd.
Yeah, anyway, this is a jerkwad who's got it in for Iron Man.
Yeah, he was a jerkwad.
Yeah. This probably isn't...
The real Senator Byrd was a Grand Kleagle of the Ku Klux Klan.
The KKK took my baby away.
Yeah.
It took her away.
Great.
Away from me. Okay.
Alright. So, the senator comes in and tells you're coming with me, Tony Stark. Now Pepper's there, and she's real mad at Tony, and because she thinks he's a jerk now.
Right.
Because he looks like he's celebrating. Or it looked like he has a hangover
Mm-hmm.
celebrating. Happy, one of the things is Happy found out that Tony Stark was Iron Man, and then now Happy has lost his memory.
Oh, so that's good for Tony, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a nice full page. Oh, I don't know. Is this 3 panels?
It's 3 panels, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But the panel borders are diagonal. It's a very nice effect. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess some ray is striking and makes a cop car disappear.
Yeah. And now we go to the Mandarin place.
Yeah, his secret lair, which is probably in China.
It is indeed in China, because the Army to Red China goes and tries to tell him what to do. And Mandarin says, I'll have none of that. And he sends them running.
Yeah, because he has like the 10 rings of power. He's got all these powers.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do anything to him.
Yeah. So the light effects we saw in the previous thing was Mandarin said, oh, I want to get Tony Stark here. So
So he didn't disintegrate the car. He teleported him out of the car. Because
right.
he was in that car with Senator Byrd.
Right.
The jerk face.
Mm-hmm. The Mandarin does not know that Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Right. So he wants... What does he want from him?
Oh... So he wanted Iron Man, but then he got Tony Stark instead. So he wants him to watch as his greatest triumph. He's going to be forced to helplessly witness his earth-shaking victory.
Right, but except Tony can't sit and watch Iron Man be defeated because he is Iron Man. Luckily, he has his attaché case,
which is knocked out by Mandarin into the river. So
how's Tony going to get it back? How's he going to beat the Mandarin? How's he going to get home?
Actually, I'd like to know, because this is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's, of course, it's left on a cliffhanger because it's Tales of Suspense, and it's just a half the book. So we don't get that whole story. So
too bad.
But the backup, of course, is Captain America, living legend of World War II.
The Gladiator, the Girl, and the Glory.
Right, and this was written by Smilin' Stan Lee, and the art is by John Romita.
Yeah.
Jazzy John Romita.
Yeah, this is classic Marvel.
Yeah. John Romita tends to be remembered as a Spider-Man artist, which, he had a lengthy run on Spidey, of course, but he does fine work here as well. So Captain America is fighting Batroc the Leaper, who is both ridiculous and great.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what French people think of it.
I don't know. Remember, they did have Batroc in Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Did they?
Batroc was the guy he fought on that battleship in that first sequence when he was rescuing that data disk or whatever.
I don't remember. But they're not fighting.
He didn't
each
have
other.
a costume or anything, but it was Batroc.
They are fighting together.
Oh.
To go after this cylinder full of radiation and stuff. But
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Batroc is so Frenchy and evil.
Yeah, he's got this huge handlebar mustache, the Snidely Whiplash kind that twists and goes up, points upward, and he's got a goofy goatee, of course, because he's French.
Yeah, they're following this girl who's from S.H.I.E.L.D., who's carrying the radioactive material. What is it called?
I think it's Sharon Carter.
Inferno 42.
She's Agent 13. That's Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
Who would later be Cap's gal.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, she's easy on the eyes.
Yeah. It's weird how oftentimes blondes get drawn colored strawberry blonde by mistake.
Well, they are strawberry blondes.
Well, I know. Strawberry blonde being redhead. But errors happen in the color separation.
Well, so I don't know. They like yellow because there's a lot of yellow background here.
Right. So in that, makes sense. So.
Yeah. Although I guess they could use something else, but it'd be complicated. So
it's a complicated process, really.
I bet so.
I worked on a printing press. I didn't do comics, but I definitely have an understanding of how color separation and plating works, and it's tricky.
Okay.
So
they go after the girl, and it's uncanny that the girl looks like Cap's old girlfriend.
Yeah, because she's like the daughter or granddaughter of Cap's old girlfriend, Peggy Carter.
So they get the cylinder. They get a protective covering of it.
Mm-hmm.
The agent is poisoned by it.
Oh no.
Inferno 42. Batroc comes and steals it, and Batroc is pretty powerful against Cap. He kicks the shield away, and
Yeah. Now Batroc does not have superpowers. He's just an intense athlete and master of Savat, the art of boxing with the feet.
yeah.
I'm not making that up.
Oh, I know about Savat.
Oh, okay.
It was in a Man of Bronze Doc Savage movie.
The only Doc Savage movie.
Yeah, which I thought was fairly entertaining.
I need to see it. I heard it's real camp.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. So, Batroc steals. He knocks out Cap, steals the I-42,
Mm-hmm.
and brings it to the mysterious people who hired him to get it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not paying him.
Yeah, so they're double it seems like they're double crossing Batroc, or they're, they playing him for a fool.
Yeah.
So
I think Captain America follows him because Captain America faked being knocked out.
right,
Yeah, you can't. No French guy can knock out Captain America.
right.
Yeah. Are you sure he's not super powered? Because he does super powery things. He does super jump. It looks like to me.
Well, he doesn't have superpowers.
Okay.
I swear, he's just a very good athlete.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty cool. It's kind of fun watching him jump around.
yeah,
And the bad guys, the shadowy people, we have no idea who it is.
Mhm.
They take the cylinder and leave. And so Captain America can't catch him.
Mm-hmm.
The young girl agent is sick and going to the hospital, but they think she's going to die, which means she's not.
Right.
Not bad, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even a mediocre Captain America story is still great because Captain America is in it. You know what I mean?
I'm not comparing him to some Charlton and all this, but he's not one of my favorites. I do enjoy reading it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's not one of my favorites. I haven't read that much of them.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I only read about half a dozen Captain Americas, I guess.
Oh.
Actually, we read Batroc's been in one before. We've read.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, he's a recurring Captain America villain.
Mhm.
So, and he's fun. So the last issue we've got to talk about today is part of a short-lived series from Dell. It's called it's Toka, Jungle King, and this is issue number 8. And the story is called The Evil Prince. No credit on the writer, but the art is by Frank Springer, who, gosh, I just don't remember about Frank Springer.
Okay. Grandfather Jerry Springer.
Oh.
I don't know. That's the only Springer I know. All right. So we have some Eurotrash pranks.
He's a Spaniard.
Yeah. But
He's from Spain, so you can say that.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's one of the few. That and Jew are like the only words that you can just. It can be the correct term or the insult depending on your inflection, the tone you use.
Oh, any word you can use. Oh, you're a student. Yeah. The
But I mean the term for a group of people can either be the slur or the actual term. In this case, it's based on the tone that you use.
I think that's with about anything, though.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, you're not. Oh, you're the president of the United States.
Okay.
Okay, you can anything can sound bad. So.
Okay. So.
All right. So this Spanish, he's just an aristocracy guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he is a prince.
And he's got a young fiancée.
Mm-hmm.
She's a babe.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Oh well.
So he's going to the jungle to steal the gold of some ancient civilization.
Yeah,
Why?
that his forefather had gone to, and somehow
And like
didn't
stolen from natives.
or
or
tried to.
Yeah.
And
So he's going to go and get it. But his expedition is met with Toka, Jungle King. And I guess Toka is like immortal or like long-lived because of
I
something.
didn't understand that.
Because it sounded like he would live centuries, and it's not explained at all why.
Yeah, and it's not, oh, he has lived centuries. It's sort of like, oh, he recognizes the Spaniard, and it's, what's going on? Oh,
So it's weird. But he's your typical Jungle King, only this guy's an actual native. You know, he's not a Tarzan or a Western transplant. He is actually of the region.
Yeah. Well, okay, the girl is left, so she'll get to talk. So the scheme is
Distract Toka.
Hmm?
Distract Toka, the Jungle King.
distract him and get her feminine wiles on him, because she'll be in danger.
Right.
And it works like a charm. There's these evil snakes, and there's this cheetah that says "arg," and again the cheetah says "arg," and she says "yai." All right.
Okay, not the best sound effects, but
No.
it's okay.
So he hits the cheetah on the head with a stone hammer.
Okay.
Oh, and so she's about to faint, and he said, "You must not fall here because of red ants." So, all right. So Toka is captured and hit on the head, and it's hit on the head, and that's how they capture people.
Right.
So they carry him around in a litter, and they go through the temple with all the gold. Hey, so let's see. They go. The evil prince and his minions go into the dark temple, and they see a bunch of guys. So they start shooting, and it turns out it's armor. So everyone wears armor, and that was around 500 years ago.
Right. So it's like really old armor. It's old, like old conquistador armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So Toka punches one of the conquistadors and beats the crap out of him, and takes the girl off, and she's dressed like a Spanish countess.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the drawing of the clothes is very well done.
Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, it's the only thing in here that's really nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a meh comic.
Yeah. I do like the statues of the, I don't know, it's Incan, does it say that?
Who knows?
And
It's so vague as to where they actually are.
Mm-hmm. All right. We have a gunshot, people fighting, blah, blah, blah. So they capture the girl, and the girl admits that she tricked Toka. And Toka's... Alright, so they chain up Toka, and...
The bad guys, too.
Yeah.
Not his friends. Right.
No. Yeah. And Toka breaks the chain because he's super strong and immortal. And then he beats up some of the more conquistadors. And one of them says, "Mighty King, spare me." I guess all right. It's King Toka, right? So does he's a jungle king.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So he doesn't seem to have any subjects though, other than the animals.
Yeah. And here comes Dynamite, and he's kicking Dynamite around, and everything's blowing up. And this annoying monkey. I hate fictional monkeys. They're always annoying.
But you like real ones in real life?
I like them like I do horses, behind a fence or something,
right.
or in movies, or not movies, but photos or something like that.
I understand. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, but all right. So Toka gets his army of ants and cheetahs and.
It's weird.
Here's the natives.
Oh, they do have it. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They look restless.
Indeed. Kill.
Kill Whitey.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they think The bad guys think they killed Toka, and the girl seems sad about it, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
The army ants attack. Okay, they send the natives out to lure the army ants, but I guess they're dragging meat or something around. So the army ants follow, and here comes Toka, talks to the cheetah and the alligators. And it's actually well drawn there. I like that.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but it's well drawn.
Yeah. I feel like Frank Springer draws animals better than he draws people.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Very right. So they're getting attacked. Man, those ants are big. They're about the size of a rat.
Oh, yeah. Ugh, can you imagine? So the Spaniard is getting bit by these ants and not having fun.
Yeah, so he surrenders. Oh. And supposedly they said that they want to talk to Toka's father earlier on, and or the king, or what is it, the Lord Inca, and Lord Inca's dead or something.
Okay.
But Toka thought he was living, but now he decided he's dead. Kind of confusing. A lot of confusion in this.
I didn't even catch that. So okay,
Yeah.
but man, I mean the series I think ran. This is number 8, and I think it only ran 9 or 10 issues.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Toka captures a prince and all the minions. The girl apologizes, and she wishes to be his bride, but only Lord Inca had chosen her to be your bride, Toka. And Toka says, "Lord Inca dead, lie very bad. You go." And I think that's all that needs to be said this issue.
Okay. That might just kind of end now. Okay.